Come on, you dirty Nazis. Bring it! I have this impenetrable shield, and nothing will ever get past me. Oh, shit.
Welcome back to Box Office Maniacs.
Got trapped by the hands.
We have an all-new channel. What is it, Vince?
You freaking hung up. What the hell?
I think I hung up on you.
You hung up. All right, go again. The new channel is Maniac Box 13. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter.
So, Captain America, if anyone ever watched our first review, would know that, I'm not a huge Captain America fan, but I've always loved the character. And what I really liked about Captain America is he is just an everyday guy. I mean, he's just a super nice guy where he comes across to in the movies. He's just a Joe, somebody you could just like. He's not an overpowered super being that you can't associate yourself with.
Plus, he kicks ass, and he uses guns. That's one thing I liked about both these films, both the Captain America films, was that they weren't afraid to have him put a gun in his hand. Because normally, other superheroes, you see them toss a gun away or knock a gun out of somebody's hand or what. They don't use guns usually. Captain America will use a gun.
Talking about the first movie is I loved the first film. Marvel has made some really bad Captain America movies, and they've tried to put him in this Captain America costume, and like every time they did, it looked sillier and sillier and sillier until they just finally got it right in the comics, and then they brought the awesome look of the new Captain America from the comics into the movie, where he looks like he's still wearing the red, white, and blue, but it's more of a military outfit rather than just this bright, crazy spandex. But of course, with the first movie, like every single Marvel film, is an origin story. So even though it was a Captain America movie, it was still with the origin of Captain America. So it was not really, they didn't let him loose in the first one to do, cool stuff. I mean, they always keep that for the sequels.
We know who he is. Plus, we've seen him in action in the Avengers. So having all that, you know what he's doing, you know what he's about, so you didn't have to worry about any of this. This is an actual Captain America adventure.
I'm always more excited about the Marvel's second films than I am the first film. I go see the first film, I'm like, okay, we got to sit through an hour and a half of how he becomes his character. But in the second movie, we get to see the action. We get to see him in action.
Sort of like what they did with Star Trek Into Darkness, where they got away from all the origin of here's Captain Kirk and Spock and all that, and they went right into an actual Star Trek adventure. And they've done the same here with Captain America. They jump right into an actual adventure with him.
And I got to tell you, I really, really, really loved the character of the Falcon in this movie. I don't know who the actor was, but he was instantly likable. I really loved this guy. And like, again, he doesn't have any superpowers. His suit is what gives him his superpowers, sort of like Iron Man. And they just did. I mean, here is a B-roll character. I mean, in comics, he's been in the comics before, but he's never been like a standout character, I guess. And they put him in this movie, and now he's like super awesome. So I love the Falcon.
Yeah, but I think it would be kind of hard to make a whole movie around him. If they were to make a separate Falcon movie, I don't know if they could actually pull that off.
I think he'll be more of a supporting character. I don't see him as a main character. Same thing with like Black Widow. I don't know if they can make Black Widow into an actual movie. She's more of a supporting character. And what about freaking Robert Redford? How did Marvel get Robert Redford in a Marvel film? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. That did surprise me, but it was kind of cool that he was in there. I mean,
Yeah, he wasn't like a throwaway character. I mean, he was an actual. He wasn't on screen for a couple seconds just to say Robert Redford was in. Not in. I was going to call him Iron Man in Captain America, but he was a major character in this movie.
yeah, he was in a decent supporting role.
The thing is, Marvel has gotten it so right over the years, and they've pretty much become almost like the Pixar of superhero films. It's like, I mean, they've dropped the ball a few times with like, I don't know, Ghost Rider,
Hulk.
Fantastic Four.
I don't think they did so bad with Fantastic Four. Punisher.
Well, they made one good Punisher film.
Yes.
Good job.
We really don't want to talk about Green Lantern.
You failed.
Just that it's got so much writing on it that when you're watching this film, the story gets into, it has to go in certain places, and you kind of wonder for a little bit there. You kind of wonder, okay, why are they doing this and why are they doing that? But toward the end, you figure it all out, and they show you what's going on.
That's what's great about this movie is it just dropped this big bomb, and it's going to have ripples throughout the entire Marvel universe now. I mean, nothing is going to be the same after this movie.
What could you possibly give this great, fantastic movie?
I thought it was spectacular. I mean, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It was a great popcorn film. I mean, it's great story. So it's definitely, for me, going to get a 5 out of 5.
I would say exactly the same thing, except that I would add this is a great way to start off the summer movie season, since we're going straight into summer here on the Big 5. This is an awesome way to start the summer off with this great, fantastic film. And kudos to Marvel and Disney going into this. It's awesome. It's great, and I would give it a 5 out of 5 as well. Look at the other Marvel movies that we've got coming up just this summer. We've got Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2, X-Men Days of Future Past, and Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, it's just a great time to be a superhero fan. I mean, if you love the Marvel Universe, and even the DC Universe with Arrow was about the only decent thing they're doing right now. They're doing this, and they're doing it correctly. It's like when you're a kid, you can never imagine it to being this cool, and now it is this cool.
Get Joss Whedon if you have to.